Hello there, Telly from SevereWeatherTV.com. Today bringing you the latest look at tropical cyclones, United States severe thunderstorm weather, which we'll get to right away because there's a huge threat already in progress today. So, there's one active storm, Tropical Depression 5. This thing is predicted to reach the equivalent of typhoon status, or the equivalent of a Category 1 hurricane, which should put it at typhoon status. However, there's a little bit of question as to how far it's going to get to the Philippines. We'll talk about that in a second. This thing could be a problem for this area over here. We'll show you some visualizations for that. These areas, not sure about. This is probably way too south to turn into something because the sea surface temperatures down there wouldn't be conducive to forming a tropical cyclone. No chance on that. Got a medium chance over here, and what I believe is the remnants of Cyclone Helen is a medium chance over there for the JTWC. So let's talk about these two areas right here. So we're going to restart this. This is one particular model run, so watch this area here. This thing actually shows Tropical Depression 5 kind of curving away, so that's one opinion. And then there's this area over here where this could become a problem for Australia in the future if this pans out in the way that it's indicating at the moment. So that is what is happening tropical cyclone-wise. Here's what is happening at this very moment, United States severe thunderstorm weather-wise. So there's all these severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. No tornado warnings at the moment, but there's been some off and on. In fact, there was a confirmed tornado, I believe, in Missouri earlier today. Let's put the radar on. So there's a line of storms firing up over there. So let's talk about in general. For one, there's the public weather outlook where they're saying significant severe weather episode expected over parts of the Ozarks region to parts of the Mid-South and lower Ohio Valley. Valley this afternoon and tonight. And there's some pretty freaky numbers behind this. So here are the watches that are in effect right now. All of them at the moment are tornado watches. On the plus side, none of them are the dreaded, particularly dangerous situation tornado watch. At least they don't appear to be. So in general today, here are the outlook probability maps. This one is, well, actually, let's just jump to tornado one because this is the big scary one. Not only is there as high as a 15% chance of a tornado today, and we'll talk about the numbers in a second, but there's this black hatched area, which is where there's the enhanced threat that tornadoes that occur. Instead of being EF0 to EF5, it could be EF2 to EF5. So EF2 is that starts to get up there into a pretty massive tornado. But of course, EF5 is it's going to sweep your house off your foundation, basically, and that you should be below ground or in some kind of official tornado shelter. So yes, 15% on that. So otherwise, there is today a 45% chance of 58 mile per hour and greater winds, and somewhat overlapping with where the highest threat is of tornadoes. Hail-wise, there is two things on this map. 45% chance of 1 inch or larger hail, and then again, this black hatched area is indicating where instead of it just being 1 inch or larger hail, it could likely be 2 inch or larger hail. So to go back to the number thing, we're going to pick this random point in Missouri, and with this 15% chance, what that means is that you take this random point here, you draw a 25-mile radius circle around that, and that means that there's a 15% chance of a tornado occurring anywhere within that 25-mile radius circle. So to bring that over here, in this point, that would mean a nearly 1 in 2 chance of something happening within a 25-mile radius circle of these random points around here. So obviously, numbers-wise, wind and hail are the big threats, but when you see not only this 15% is pretty high, tornado outbreak, massive tornado outbreaks, that's when you start to see 45%, but that's pretty rare. So 15 is a pretty significant number for tornadoes, and then, of course, the black hatched area makes it even scarier. Tomorrow, though, tapers off a bit, so that's good. However, there's a whole bunch of the country affected by a 15%. And no black hatched areas, at least as of now, so that's a good thing. Day after that tapers off even more with a 5%, and it's all the way back there. Then days 4 through 8, there might be something, just predictability too low, as opposed to probability too low, which would mean that nothing is expected to occur. Predictability too low means there's not enough, model run agreement as to where things are going to happen and or the timing of how things will happen. So yes, big day. You should be paying attention. SevereWeatherTV.com is a website that has weather links and other stuff. And yeah, But yeah, you should hang out at Tornado HQ all day, man. Make sure you click on the all severe weather warning so you can see what's happening live in your area or something of the sort. But you should have a weather radio and be paying attention to TV and latest media outlets. That's not Outlook. Outlets. Media outlets. Anyway, hopefully you are staying safe out there today.